What if I told you there's one big thing that will change in 2023, and it will result in big changes, including the price of silver, the price of gold, the price of the precious metal mining stocks? Heck, we could easily see $50 silver in 2023 as this plays out. It's super interesting. It's happening right below our very noses, and most everybody doesn't even realize that it's going on. But we're going to talk about it, you and me, in this video right now. I hope you like my white t-shirt, because my wife, Susie, said, why don't you just wear your white t-shirt today? And since I always do what my wife says, I'm wearing the white t-shirt for you. And by the way, Happy New Year. Now let's talk about this big paradigm shift. Don't you love that word? What the heck's a paradigm shift? Well, the way I look at a paradigm shift, that means it's the way that the majority of people react to a set of circumstances. Now let's talk about silver and gold, and even the world economies for that matter. Over the last number of decades, the central banks have controlled the economies, have controlled the value of currencies, have had a major impact on the price of silver and gold. Just look at this past year, 2022. It's all in the rearview mirror now, right? But we know the United States Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell, they created a huge headwind for the price of silver and for the price of gold, because they were tightening, aggressive with their monetary policy. But what's about to change in 2023? What's going to happen is the world's going to have a paradigm shift, and geopolitical moves are going to become much more important to the value of currencies, to the value of commodities, than moves by the central banks. Now, I'm not saying the central bank is going to be completely neutered, right? We'd be kind of naive to think that's the case. But as the balance shifts, we're going to see more weight given to geopolitical moves. And what I mean by that is moves by foreign countries, particularly the Eastern countries, particularly the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. The Saudis are starting to align themselves with them, and a number of other countries as well, as they make their major geopolitical moves. And it's looking like 2023 is going to be a year full of major geopolitical moves that will have much more of an impact on the price of gold and silver, on the value of currencies, and actually on the whole world economy as a whole. Paradigm shifts can be difficult, so if you need some camaraderie or some support, you're always welcome here in Ron's Basement. You're important, you're special, you're always welcome here. If you get some value from my content, please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Now let's get back to this paradigm shift. Let's think about this for a second, because it does make sense. For the last 50 years almost, the world has become more and more unipolar. That means one power, and that one power rested with the United States of America. So geopolitical things that went on in the world, sure, they had an impact, but they were rather minor in terms of the impact that they had on things, because the United States was so dominant, and that allowed the central bank, the United States Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell, to also have much more of an impact on the world economies, because they controlled the dollar. Some people like to say they weaponized the dollar. Well, all that is changing now, right? We're moving from unipolar, one power, to multipolar, several powers. And these Eastern countries are emerging and aligning themselves and explicitly saying that they want to challenge the power of the United States and challenge the power of the US dollar. That will mean, as they emerge, that geopolitical moves will have a much larger impact. The Fed may find themselves in a situation where they don't have as much power. They're being diluted because things are going from unipolar to multipolar, and that could spell good news for the value of things like silver, gold, other hard assets. And does it feel like to you that things are happening at a faster and faster pace? That's the way it works. When things come to a head, changes can happen at a lightning speed. And likely, that's what we're going to see in 2023. Now, this is not necessarily good news for those of us who reside in the United States of America. Heck, I live here in Missouri. You know, this could spell economic challenges in the coming decades, but we protect ourselves, right? We invest in gold mining stocks, silver mining stocks, maybe some physical gold, maybe some physical silver. We make those moves to protect ourselves. Just remember, I'll be here for you. Yes, you, through it all. It's 2023. We do need to buckle up, but we can get through this together. And until next time, I want you, yes, you, to be well.